Hello children, let's continue our chapter The Earth. So children, kindly open your book, page number 68. Movements of the Earth. Being a planet of the Sun, the Earth revolves around the Sun. Beside this, it also rotates on its own axis. Thus, the Earth has two motions, rotation and revolution. First, we will discuss about rotation. What is rotation? The Earth rotates on its axis from west to east. The axis is an imaginary line passing through the northern and the southern poles of the Earth. The rotation of the Earth is completed is about 24 hours and it is called the daily motion of the Earth. This motion is responsible for the occurrence of day and night. So children, one day equal to 24 hours. The solar day is a time period of 24 hours and the duration of a sidereal day is 23 hours 56 minutes. Sidereal day means children, it measures the rotation of Earth relative to the stars rather than the sun. This difference of 4 minutes between a solar day and a sidereal day is due to the fact that the position of the Earth keeps changing with reference to the Sun due to the Earth's revolution around it, while with reference to a star in infinity, it will remain unchanged. Then revolution. What is revolution? The movement of the Earth around the Sun in its orbit is called revolution. This movement of the Earth is also from west to east. So children, rotation and revolution both are west to east. The period of revolution is 1 year. The orbit of the Earth around the Sun is elliptical and not circular. Due to this, the distance between the Earth and the Sun keeps changing. The Earth's axis is tilted towards the Sun. As a result, the Sun's rays fall vertically, keep changing as the Earth moves in its orbit around the Sun. Due to this, the Earth attains 4 positions with reference to the Sun. On 21st March, we experience equal day and night. A similar situation occurs on September 23rd. So children, 21st March and 23rd September, days and nights are equal. These positions of the Earth are called equinox. On 21st of June, the Earth is inclined at its maximum towards the Sun. At this time, the North Pole experiences a long day and the South Pole a long night. On December 22nd, the South Pole is inclined at its maximum towards the Sun. The Sun shines continuously in the South Polar region and it is a long continuous night at the North Pole. These positions of 21st June and December 22nd are called solstice. This is the winter season in the northern hemisphere and the summer in the southern hemisphere. So children, you learn these dates and the position of the Earth. So children, you remember that rotation is responsible for day and night and revolution is responsible for seasons. Then effects of seasons. Seasons are very important to our lives. They have an influence on what we wear, what we eat and what we do in our free time. They also affect the mood we are in. The seasons start with solstice and equinox. Solstices occur every year in June and December. They mark the beginning of summer and winter. The equinox occur in March and September. On March 21st, the sun seems to be right above the equator and moving towards the north. At the end of September, the sun passes the equator on its way to the south. Day and night have the same length almost all over the planet. Although June and December mark the official beginning of summer and winter, these months are not always the hottest and coldest of the year. In most cases, the hottest months in the northern hemisphere are July and August, and coldest times of the year occur in January and February. In summer, when it is very hot outside, we do not like to go out during the daytime. We like to spend our time indoors. We like to wear cotton clothes with light color because they help to keep the heat outside, away from our bodies. We use electric fans, coolers and air conditioners to make our homes cool. In winter, we feel more energetic and like to spend our time outdoors, sitting and playing in the sun. We use dark colored clothes, blankets and quilts. These clothes prevent the body heat from escaping. We keep our houses warm with the help of filters or electric heaters. We drink hot milk, tea or coffee and eat plenty of nuts to keep ourselves warm. In winter, plants often are withered, means dry, and dead, and animals will grow a thicker coat. If they are birds, they will fly south. In spring, plants blossom and bloom, and animals come back north and start to lose their winter coats. In the summer, animals will have light coats. In fall, plants are just starting to die, wither and lose their leaves, and animals are just starting to form their winter coat. Animals which have thick hair or fur can withstand the cold, but others like frogs and snakes burrow themselves underground so as to keep themselves warm. They undertake winter sleep. Some birds migrate from colder to warmer regions in order to avoid the extreme cold. Plant life also responds to the changes in seasons. Many small plants bloom and dry up before summer. The autumn season comes just before winter. Some trees shed their leaves during autumn to protect themselves from approaching winter. Some other plants shed their leaves just before summer. Some plants include herbs, flower during winter. Others include shrubs and trees, flower only during summer. Eclipse. An eclipse is a complete or partial obscuration, means hiding, of a heavenly body. On the earth, we can see the solar and the lunar eclipse. First we discuss solar eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon in its orbit around the earth is so positioned that the whole or part of the sun is not visible from a certain area of the earth. It can happen on a new moon day. when the sun and the moon are in conjunction, that is, on the same side of the earth and they are in a straight line. Then lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, the earth and the moon are in the same line, but the sun and the moon are in opposition, means on the opposite sides of the earth, so that the earth obstructs sunlight and casts a shadow on the moon. Such a situation may occur on the full moon day. Full shadow is called an umbra and partial shadow is called a penumbra. Generally, more lunar eclipses are likely to be seen from a place over a given period of time. So children, this is about our earth. Again you read this lesson properly and learn. Thank you.